Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another installment of My Friend Show. I'm your host, or one of your hosts, Don Brown, and we're joined tonight by...
Bonjour, je m'appelle Chris.
A little Emily in Paris over there. All right.
Yep.
Oh, great show.
Great
good moves
show.
there.
I've
moves.
learned all I need to know about French from her.
Yeah, I love Emily. That was a surprise. I didn't think I was going to like that show as much as I did.
Yep. Very underrated.
That was your recommendation.
Mm-hmm. You have to get past the name of it. You have to. It's awesome, and that's from a guy's perspective. And I don't think it takes but an episode or two to get hooked in it.
I'm still on the fence. I think Emily's the villain in this show. And I'm, you know what, it's contrary to popular opinion, but I think she might be the villain.
She really tugs at those heartstrings, though. She's so bubbly. You want to root for her. She might be your favorite character in any show. You really root for her. If she was going up against William Wallace, I'd take her.
You take her. She'd talk him down with that little beret on.
She would. She would talk him down so
Suitcase
quick.
with the face on it. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. I get it. Yep. Yeah, but she makes terrible decisions. She seems a little selfish. She seems to be toying with people.
What about the other cast members? In particular, the guys that she works with in the office.
Oh, they're funny. The guy with the curly hair, the one who
might be best supporting cast.
Yeah,
you don't even think about them as characters until you realize how good they are. They could have little spin-offs I'd be interested in it.
Adventures of what are they? Savoy office crew.
I think they could develop his character a little bit more. Unlike what they did in Ted Lasso with one of the other Diamond Dogs, the assistant coach there, that they did like that spin-off episode and it sucked and you didn't want to hang out with him anymore.
You hated that, yeah. I didn't hate it.
It was the worst episode. It was all right.
I didn't hate it.
I just kept on asking, where's Ted?
Where's Ted?
Where's Ted?
All right. Enough about fantastic Netflix and HBO series. But in keeping with the City of Love theme, we're having a special episode tonight. Chris, please make your announcement. We'll have some questions to follow.
Well, my announcement is I went to Newport, Rhode Island this weekend. It was a beautiful time, and I ended the weekend getting engaged to Hannah Miller, soon to be Hannah Lull. And I don't get a ring, so I don't have anything to show you, but it happened.
Would you have wanted a male engagement ring?
I think we deserve one. I think we deserve something. It doesn't have to be a ring. Could be something.
Like Hannah's a gift card? An Amazon gift card?
A gift card. Best Buy. It doesn't have to be so generic. Yeah. It could be straight Best Buy. It could... Hannah's going to say it was my truck. She's going to say, you got your truck. And so she's probably going to say that's it, but I don't think that counts. Like, that's like something that's practical that we both needed. And I give her a ring, and I got nothing. But I got her. I guess that makes sense. My bad. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. That was... we'll edit that out.
Yeah.
I want to go back to something you said before there, that she's going to be a Hannah Lull. Is that confirmed? She's taking the Lull name? Or
how could you not? Right?
Hostile takeover?
Just because it's a better name, but Lull, right? Everybody wants to be a lull.
What does lull mean? Yeah, what does lull mean?
Like a lull in the storm. You know, a calm before the storm. There's a lull, and I think it fits me. It's perfect.
It does. I can see that. Yeah,
it fits Hannah for sure.
It does, actually. It fits her personality really well. I always address my Christmas cards to you as the lulls. I've been doing that for years. Or any card that I send you, but I don't send that many. But Christmas, for sure, comes as the lulls.
I know that a lot of people do think that we are already married. My my neighbor, I think he'd get a real kick out of it that we are not married, because he definitely thinks we are, and I've never corrected him. That's like when you're 21 and you've been using a fake ID for years and years and years, and then you find out, like, here's my ID. I am Christopher Lull, and that was my bad.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I am not engaged. Now I am.
Well, this is exciting. You and I have talked a little bit about this, but what's the worst part? Let's start there. What's the worst part about getting engaged?
Was realizing that I had to I had to tell people about this. I'm super excited, but it's not something you just do and you tell everybody all at once. That's not how it works. So, trying to figure out how to tell people, when to tell people, I found so far has been the worst. Do you remember this at all?
I don't remember it, and it was a different time back then. It wasn't that long ago. It was
no
like
Instagram.
We were sending letters.
Yeah.
But there wasn't Instagram. We didn't really have like Facebook to lean on. Didn't even really send text messages. So I think we made a handful of phone calls, maybe 10. It feels like 10 or 12 phone calls. And then just let the rest kind of happen organically when we saw people here and there. It wasn't, at least I don't feel like it was as a connected world, like people were still surprised when they saw you and they were like, oh shit, oh, you got engaged.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. You didn't have to call everybody because they'd see it on Facebook or something and feel left out. It was still like surprises existed.
Yeah. There'll be people learning about it on this podcast here. And it's tough. For me, the immediate reaction is, I think the most important person here in this scenario is Hannah. So Hannah wants to call her mom. That's the first person that needs to know is Hannah's mom. She's been waiting for it the longest. So we call her. I'm even excited to talk to her because she's like usually the most overly excited about everything. But she was in such shock that she was like, will you let me know the date? I was like, that's your question? Like, yeah, we'll let you know the date. Like, for sure.
Why was she in shock? She just didn't expect this to come.
Not today.
Now.
She didn't even. Yeah. I don't even know if Hannah told her we were in Newport. Honestly, seemed like my mom knew she'd be like, "Oh wow, they're going to the dog park. I wonder if they're going to get engaged." My mom's been saying this the whole time. Every time I come back home, she looks, and the first thing she looks to see is does Hannah have a ring on? But
how long were you holding on to that ring?
I got that ring on, I believe, January 8th or 9th, and that was a few days after Hannah's birthday. So I've been holding on to it. I pretty much set the record, so much so that the person in my family who helped me acquire the ring, he reached back out to me wanted to know everything was all right. He was like, "Is everything all right? Like, is there any update?" And I was like, "Oh, listen, I'm trying to." I'm really just trying to find the right moment. He's like, find the right moment? Just get a hotel. Go get a hotel. That's the right moment. Go do it. So he literally called me because he was like, what the hell's taking you so long? Just get it over with. And he was right. Like on a week and a half later, I made the plans because he was right. So yeah, I was holding on to that thing for a while.
Were you waiting for like Newport specifically, or was this just like, the time never lined up and finally you were just like, fuck it, I got to do this?
Not Newport as a definite. That, and even on the 2 days, 3 days before, it was almost Amesbury. I almost before we went down to Newport, I almost took her up to the top of the hill on Powwow in Amesbury. And did it there. I thought that would be great. I can tell her that we got to take the dogs for a walk. I can bring her to this absolutely beautiful view. It looks over all like the seacoast area, and I can do it. And it's a beautiful view. And then we can have this great ride down to Newport. We're gonna have a blast the whole time. We can be calling people. And you know what? That would have been definitely the easier route because I wouldn't have been hungover on the way home. Because it wasn't even I was hungover in the morning when I did it. It was later on. I was just like, wow, that was a long weekend. I was like hungover from the weekend more so. Long weekend. So I could have started it off with that. But
so you partied all weekend
hard.
And then proposed Like
So this-
Sunday morning,
so
all
my-
banged up.
My thought process here, and I still think I'm right, I really am, is I wanted to go out with the bang. You know, I wanted to have one last boyfriend, girlfriend, just absolute memory, and then get engaged and start fresh, start again. You know, but I wanted to remember one last great time as being boyfriend and girlfriend, and we did.
How'd you get into this here engagement that you're in now? Did you get down on one knee, hold out the ring? Very classic stuff. What are we talking about with that?
We went to Breton Park on Ocean Drive. It's got the most beautiful view. It's overlooking the ocean and the waves are crashing down. Now, on my particular day, which was Sunday, we were there in kind of an Irish morning, we'll call it. It's not pouring.
Like misting.
It's misting, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels really good on the skin, but it really didn't make sense to get out of the car because we were so comfortable in the car and it was warm in the car. So that was a little tough. I was like, how do Hannah's going to know if I'm like, Hannah, I think do you want to go over there? Like, every time I do anything with her, she thinks we're getting engaged. We go out to dinner and she's like, yep, this is it. It's going to happen. When you wait so long to do it, every single day it's the day. So wow to her patience. But back to the day, I grabbed it, walked to the other side of the car, went to the truck door, my favorite truck. The reason we needed to buy, like I said, I had to buy the truck.
The
Open
engagement truck, yeah.
Keep in mind, this is a beautiful truck. Rip open the door, get down on one knee and say, Hannah, will you marry me? Oh, she's out of the car, and it's misting. It's beautiful. It literally feels so refreshing because the rain's kind of coming down on us a little bit. It was just awesome. It really was. It was pretty magical. I'll say that. And she's so light, and I just have her in the air and whatnot. And at that, now she doesn't want to go back in the car, so we're now walking around on the wall there at Ocean Drive, and she is so jazzed up. And the only reason we went back into the car was so she could call her mom, and so we did, and that started the ride home. And it's been, I don't know, it's different. There is a different feel. It's just like there's some sort of like finality to it. Yeah, weight, finality, and just like, oh, okay, I'm on the other side. Like, yeah, there's some weight there that it's just been like, oh, why didn't I do this earlier? It would have been a lot easier. What the hell? Jeez.
Yes. Yeah, you probably had a lot of hype build up there.
Yeah.
I too got engaged in the rain in a parking lot, so very similar there.
Nice. What parking lot?
I was in Peabody, TJ Maxx parking lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly why that was the spot. I think I had just gotten sick of Aaron asking for the ring. So I said, fine, you want the fucking ring?
She's like the little thing from Lord of the Rings, huh?
Yeah, like Smeagol. Yep,
you said it, not me. You said
Yep. And I meant it.
I meant it. I'm not taking it back. She doesn't listen to the show. We're fine.
Can't take it back. She doesn't listen. She watches on Instagram, so whatever you put up there, she'll see that.
Okay, perfect. Oh, well.
Follow on Instagram, folks. So we heard about the engagement, driving home. You kind of touched on the worst part so far, or at least some of it. But I think part of the problem is having to tell everybody. Did you try to shortchange that and like send out a mass email, text message? Does that get you anywhere?
No, I wanted people to hear it from me. Started lacing out calls. For the most part.
What do those people ask? Like, what do you see? Are there trends across the board? Do people ask a lot of the same questions?
It's the same conversation over and over and over again. It's literally the worst. But everybody knows it too. They know it. Like, I'm talking to them and they're like, oh, you have to just keep calling people. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. And they're like, yeah, thanks for calling. Yeah. But Hannah loved it. It was tired. It was, you know what? There was it's fun. It's exciting. It's not that it sucks. It's tiring. That's what it is. It's very tiring, but it makes you feel great when you're talking to that person. You're like, yeah. But then you're like, okay, I gotta get off the phone with you. I gotta get on to the next one. Like, sorry, see you later. But it worked out well.
Did anyone else make the same joke that I made?
You made a
When
joke.
Hannah told me she got engaged, I asked her to who?
Ah,
Who was the lucky fellow?
yeah. So someone got me with the, "You're engaged." It might have been you. You're engaged. Or I was like, I'm engaged, and like, you proposed to Hannah, and I was like, yeah. And then she said yes.
That's a good one, too.
Well, I said I was engaged. That's good. Yeah, top
Another
5
good
dad jokes.
Yep. Dad
Yeah.
joke. Those are two
Yeah.
good dad jokes. Yep.
That was probably my brother, if I had to guess. Yeah,
I could see that for
yeah,
sure.
that's
yeah.
just not good
That
dad
fits.
jokes, but oh man, he is really falling into those dad jokes. He doesn't listen to podcasts,
Yeah.
so we can lay into him. That's good.
Yeah, he's going to be in New Balance and a gray vest anytime soon.
Oh yeah.
So we heard the story. We know the worst parts.
Well, that's the
What's
worst part. There might be more.
Yeah.
Obviously, the calling of people so far has been tough.
Have
But-
you already started planning this? The extravaganza of the decade.
Yeah, we've already we're already starting on the guest list. I think anybody that is had a wedding and has had to deal with the guest list, I think they would say the same thing. Is it's not a lot of fun making there's fun parts about making the guest list, but I think it starts getting more serious as you make it. You're like, well, I'm just putting this person on, and they are definitely an A. And then I'm like, oh, you're a B. But I'm going to invite this guy that should be a B, but he's going to be an A, but you're a B. Fuck, that's a thing. There's an A list and a B list. Did you know this?
I probably did know it. I feel like we had a shit ton of people come to my wedding, and I think a lot of people crashed the wedding too. They didn't understand that it was an invitation-only event, and they just showed up.
Shoes
There were lots
optional.
of those. Yeah, exactly. Like shoes optional. But like I said, it was a different time. We were young. We were 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
Still whiling out.
Yeah.
Now it's, now we're old. So that was different. But I feel like it was probably 250 people there at least.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big to do. Do you have people on that list that are hard nosed? You know what I mean? Like Hannah has some family members that are hard nosed, or you have some that you're like, these people should be coming, but it's like, no, hard no.
Hard no. Not really. Not any hard no's. That's not like no.
Like crazy
no.
Uncle Carl. You know
They
what I
can't
mean?
come because
Yeah,
he will say something
He's
inappropriate.
got too many DUIs, can't come. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. I wish that'd be a lot easier. It's all a lot of like, they have to come and they don't have enough DUIs that we can justify not having them come. So you're going to be there. You got those people. You're like, well, they'll be there because they checked the boxes of only 3 DUIs. All right.
So it looks like I made the list.
You made the list. You're gonna come.
I'm trying to get a working role here in the weddings. I'm trying to officiate this.
We were thinking. Oh, we were thinking catering. All right, gotcha.
Oh yeah, I could do past hors d'oeuvres too.
Pass
Yeah,
hors d'oeuvres. You can do everything. You
I've done
bartend.
Well, bartend, bro. Yeah, come on. I'll DJ if we have to. I'm not a big fan of that.
DJ Donnie. Yeah, right. You know who'd be so bummed if you took that role?
Zaza.
He'd be like, "What the hell? Why do you invite me, Don? You think he has better taste than I do in music? I'm not going to talk to you for a month." That's what he would say.
Yeah, at least a month, and
Yeah.
then he would put on Bruno Mars. That's a fact.
Yeah, there would be a
Love
lot of Bruno Mars while he waits to talk to us, and then he will tell us he's a changed man. He's over it. No, you're not, buddy. No, you're not. We love you, buddy.
Facts, not feelings. Yeah.
Facts, not
We
feelings.
love you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we covered some of the shitty parts. There's going to be more. But in general, getting married and engaged is probably a net positive. What would you say has been the most positive aspect so far? What have you liked the most? You mentioned that that weight or that sense of commitment, and I think you're just touching on something right there. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I feel different. I feel more alive. I feel less in one scenario and more in a better scenario. And I am shocked by it. I feel more comfortable in just less more going in the right direction. It's just we're now going in the right direction together, and it's just I honestly don't know why it took me so long to do. I just was waiting. I guess I was waiting for the perfect time, but like that phone call that I got, what are you waiting for? Because it doesn't make any sense. There is no reason. I mean, hell, I'll use the same thing you use all the time. You know, who knows? We might be in nuclear war, so just do it, right?
You might, yeah, exactly.
You use that every single night, though,
tomorrow.
right?
I use that every single night. That's my line, dude. That's how you get stuff done in the.
That's how you get it
trying
done.
to seal the deal. Yep.
If you want something that
I might die tomorrow.
It might be tomorrow.
No one knows what's going to happen.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So
No, but
way-
I think that's a really interesting point there that a lot of people forget, and that like you're actually having a feeling about it now. You forget that like moving forward, taking on new responsibility, making big choices in your life are fucking scary. But when you do it, it's like, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. This feels right. You know what I mean?
it's almost like a runner's high. You don't want to go. You're like, I don't really want to go for a run. I don't really want to go for the gym. But then you go, and when you start doing it, it's, oh, this is great. And at the end, you're like, I'm so glad I just did that, and it feels awesome. Hopefully, it doesn't go away like that runner's high. Because I'm not going to go get engaged again. I don't know how that works yet, but so far, so good. It's exciting. Okay.
A lot of peaks and valleys you'll find. Yeah.
Okay.
At least, most
hopefully
of,
it
most
lasts
of
for
the,
a little while.
Academic literature points in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's and then you'll be other things though, like you'll get through the wedding, and then are you guys talking about children? Is that in the cards?
Well, that you literally escalated. The next question you could have said is like, is there going to be an engagement party?
I was just curious. I'm just seeing the future now. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I did escalate quickly though. Yeah.
That did. Yeah. I thought children were just all unplanned, so maybe,
That's where mine came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple bottles of whiskey, 2 kids later. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that speeds up the process as the whiskey.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got a lot to get through. We got potentially an engagement party.
Is that going to happen? The engagement party?
It could, yeah. Yeah. Should I announce it now?
Is everybody on the podcast invited? Yeah.
I could put
where's
some
this
pressure
party?
on my brother and say that and be like, Tim, it's at your house, surprise. But he's not going to listen to this. He already told me, he's like, I'm your brother and I don't listen to your podcast. And I'm like, that dude, get out of here. Yeah. So who knows?
I wonder if my brother listens to the podcast.
He does.
We're gonna
He
hit him
does.
up. Yeah.
He's had conversation. Yeah. No, he hits us up.
Thanks, Duran.
Yep. But yeah, there could be. I think there will be an engagement party. There will definitely be a bachelor party.
I'd like to attend that if I can.
Yeah, you're a little old though. I don't know if you'll be able to, if Aaron will let you go too.
True.
There's that.
True.
True.
We'll have to say it's like it'll be like a prayer retreat.
Are you going to be able to leave your girls for that long, Don? Tell the truth.
I gotta go on a prayer retreat, hon.
You're
Gotta go get my minister license for Chris's wedding.
that is going to be awesome,
get it.
Don.
She'll
Of course you'll be there. She'll get it. Aaron's a very awesome person, and she will definitely. I will add into the cuts. That will be on the Instagram. She's going to see that. Yeah, your negative thing, my positive thing. Make me look good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Build it up.
Yep. So there will be a bachelor party, and the only word I've heard about it so far is at one point somebody said, where would be cool is Austin. So who knows? Maybe that's
Austin sounds cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, right? We did Nashville, and that was one of the best bachelor parties I've been on. Surprisingly, Nashville, which is, I love Nashville, but it's usually thought of as like a bachelorette, but
it's the
sometimes
bachelorette capital of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with Newport, Rhode Island. I went there, and I had the best time for one of the bachelor parties. Surprisingly, it was awesome.
I like
for a bachelor party.
bachelorettes.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Running with some bachelorette parties, it's hilarious. They're like,
okay with that.
what are you guys doing here? This is a bachelorette town. And you're like, surprise, we change it up. Yeah. So, bachelor party
All right,
for sure.
So we're
And
doing
then,
the normal things. When's the wedding plan here? Like,
Oh,
what's the dates for this? What are we thinking?
This is where the internet's so awesome, because stuff like this you don't know. Like when you hear an engagement, you don't know when the wedding's going to be, but potentially it would be fall of 2023. So you got time. This is not something that's
I got time.
Yep.
I can pick out a nice KitchenAid for you.
Yes.
Wedding
That's
gift. Yeah.
That's a great gift. That's a gift that would keep on giving too.
Oh yeah, you're right. I use mine still. I've had the same one since I got married.
Yeah, and
Same
Hannah
KitchenAid.
Hannah already
Yeah.
makes way too many cookies and brownies and whatever the hell she would put in that thing.
Oh,
And
mashed potatoes. Fuck, that thing is incredible, dude.
Thinking about doing mashed potatoes, like she doesn't have a hand, I think. She had like a smasher.
Yeah, no, you're gonna want to use the KitchenAid for that. That's a
So-
fact.
So there's that.
All right, so we're looking at
Yep.
what was the time frame though? Are you guys doing a fall wedding? You said
Fall wedding, probably. It's what it sounds like.
in this area, like Massachusetts, or going down to Rhode Island. Destination wedding, to touch on our last podcast.
Ooh, go down to Rhode Island. That would be awesome. I wish. I think that would be a little bit more difficult. Something I will throw into the mix, but probably will get ruled out. Maybe Salem area, maybe Newburyport. It all depends. We got to go look at these places, which sucks. You have to go to all these different places.
You've got a long road ahead of you of trying things and looking at places and inspecting flowers. And
She's going to a wedding
opinions.
expo on next Wednesday, I think.
Oh yeah, just give her your checkbook.
I was like, does that cost money? Luckily, I don't have a checkbook. Does that cost money? And so far, I've gotten no, but I'm like, yeah, right. She's like, no, it's cool. They give you all these free samples. I was like, yeah, right. There's like $50 a whack. What's crazy to me is she's not the only one going. There's other people that want to go to this with her. Those people are lunatics.
Oh yeah, they're like pack animals at this point. Yeah, they're all kind of feeding off
there's
the
a
energy
pack.
of this wedding. Yeah.
So my fiance, who will be going, and then my mom, which, okay, my mom's super into it. She's like into weddings. That's what she does. And then her sister's going. Okay, that's her sister. That makes sense. And then now my sister's going. My sister's like, hell yeah, I'm in on this, which is wild.
Like, free stuff.
That changes the whole dynamic. I think it's because there's drinks there. You get drinks and there's music and there's dancing. I think it's like I feel like they're going to a club. Like, what do you mean dancing? What do you mean?
You
guys going to West End Johnny's in Boston? This is not. This is not a wedding expo. Yeah, it's country night. Oh, gotcha. Okay, have fun.
Cool.
And then my brother's wife is going too, which is awesome. But I'm like,
Wow.
feel bad. I'm like, do all these people really want to go to a wedding expo? That sounds to me. Like
I think they're all like, it's the same thing. Like if you were to go to I'm going to use something stupid, but say like a soccer thing, or when you're coaching those soccer teams, how it becomes trying to like relive a past experience, getting back into that. And I think they're all kind of feeding off the excitement of that, trying to help Hannah share the experience. Like we said in our last episode, weddings can be a community event. Oh, look at that. Fucking
that
full
brings
circle.
up the rare, the little thing that I got in the back of my head. And the question that you remember when we were thinking about asking questions on this was, what's your ideal wedding? And one of them is just, let's go do something awesome and elope and not tell anybody and then come back and then see what people say. And maybe we do a party, but we elope. We had a great time. And then I get to that next euphoric experience where I'm just a married man. I'm just as happy as you are, Don.
One of my friends did that. I am a successfully married guy. Yes, I am very happy.
So happy. He loves his wife.
Gun to my head. No, I do. Yeah. No, I like it. I'm not.
I thought you were going to say I like my wife. We just said
I like my wife.
You're really down.
No, I like it. I'm not one of those. I've never been one of those people that tells you like, "Oh, this is gonna suck. Life's over." I don't trust those people, dude. Like getting married is not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But that brings up my final question, because we're getting close here on our time limit, and you didn't think we were going to be able to talk about this for a while. But final question of the evening: what is one thing that you're nervous about looking forward?
Oh,
So you got engaged.
that's so
What is
easy. Yeah, that's so easy. I would have had a tougher time with if you asked the music I'd want to listen to at the wedding, or rather the
You
top
can
three
finish with
songs.
that if you want. But
I mean, obviously, it's got to be money. That's the number one thing. It's like even if you got a lot of it, to take all of this money and to wrap it up into one thing when it could be put towards something else. And I'm a practical person. Like the way that I think is not loosey goosey of let's get this and that. I'm like, what? That's how much that costs. Like that's why we doing that again. Like who cares? But we're sure just, I don't know. I hate spending money even on my truck, and I love my truck. I didn't want to buy my truck because I just want to keep the money. But
that's the number one thing that people in America fight about in relationships is money.
Are you saying my relationship's going to fail?
I'm just saying it seems like that's something that that is a common thread across relationships.
I would say, as practical as I am, I also am. I also understand, and when it comes down to it, if it comes down to money or happiness, I choose happiness every time because money's not that important. But at the same time, it's just that the way that my brain thinks is, I think, oh, that's $5,000. Oh, well, $5,000 is also part of a fence right there that I could do. And then I think about it, and I'm probably like, okay, I'm leaning on the fence side. Hannah comes in and says, no, we want to get that. I'm like, okay, well, that overruled my decision. It's just there's these overruling factors. Hannah's the overruler in the scenarios. It's just I get to that little bridge area, and I don't know which way to go, but Hannah will tell me, and I'm happy to go either way, but it's usually it's not even kicking and screaming. It's just more being dragged in the direction and kind of accepting it, I guess.
Acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance.
It's the first step to recovery. Yes.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That makes sense, I guess. Money's always been something that I've worried about over here. You spend too much time in poverty, and it's like, well, fuck, I don't know. I don't want to go back to that.
No.
It sucks.
No.
I hated that.
I'll also say, there is not a lot I fear about the wedding, so that's just the only, that's just the only thing I could think about. The strongest answer, it's definitely something that is in the back of your head, but other than that, I fear nothing of the wedding. I think that Hannah has it under control. My mom has it under control. And hopefully after the guest list, I don't have to do anything. That's my goal. Like, yeah, I'll go and I'll taste some food and I'll give my opinion, but I don't think it's me I don't think I'm going to make the decisions.
The cake's good.
I don't like cake, so I don't even care. Whatever you want. Vanilla, you want chocolate? I don't care. That's not what I'm going to have. I'm going to be so drunk eating cake. It's going to be such a bad idea. I'll pass on that.
That's another thing. I couldn't really get drunk, even though I tried to at my own wedding. It was very hard to get like a good buzz on.
Really?
Because everybody's all in your business, dude. They're like talking to you. They want you to do stuff. You're going to have to go take pictures. Well, all your buddies, and hopefully including me as the preacher or pastor, whatever you prefer, are all getting hammered. You're going to be out like taking pictures. And then you're going to have to do the dancing. Well, I'm there like,
yeah. What are you the DJ? Was that a DJ move? You went from
it was DJing.
You went from the pastor to the bartender, a dervs guy to now the DJ.
Bro, I know how important money is to you. I'm just trying to cut costs.
Cut costs. You're doing it all. Oh, you're not even moving. You're just doing it all. What a guy. What a guy.
I'm just trying to cut costs, man. Saving the marriage. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Well, we're at that time, but I do want to end it on the songs because I think that's real light. And I guess I'll ask you, Don.
I had a riddle too, though, if you want. But we can do songs. Do songs. You put in thought into the songs.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to know what is your number one song to hear to dance to.
I don't even know the name of it, but it's probably the most iconic wedding song. It's the Shout.
Yes. Shout. I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
I think it's called Shout, but I didn't want to lead with that.
Yeah. Is it?
That's my number one.
That's my number two.
Oh, okay. Is number one Journey? Don't Stop Believing?
No.
It's another great song.
No. September, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Ooh, great choice. Yeah.
Oh, everybody loves it. Old, young, doesn't matter. Great song to dance to. It really gets everybody involved. It's a perfect song, and it's easy to dance to, very easy to dance to. Everybody can make up a move and just do it. And I've been going with the Grapevine for quite a while. I think I'm going to learn that from a couple of my friends in Newport. They're actually from Ipswich. I don't like to call people out by their names, but yep, some of my buddies in Newport. The Vine, you grab each other's shoulders and kind of just back and forth, and then you throw in a couple back leg kicks, and you've done it. Yep. Whereas shout's a little bit more individual, because that's a little bit softer now, a little bit softer, and then you're getting down the ground. Yeah. And next thing you know, that's when you do the sizzle and bacon. You're on the floor and you're moving your arms around, and not everybody does that. It's kind of a solo adventure usually. I'm like on the ground and nobody else is there. I literally, at the last wedding I was at, my buddy was like, yeah, I'll get down on the ground with you for sure. We're going to do it. And then I'm on the ground and I'm shaking all about. And then who's there to help me up is my buddy that said he was going to jump on the ground with me. Well, hey, buddy, I didn't want to get down there. All right. Thanks, bud.
I go full committal committal at that point.
Okay, good. So I can expect that from you. And then my last is one that I heard at a wedding with you. And it's more of a band, because it doesn't matter the song. There's a couple different songs that would be perfect for it. Is Blink-182. Do you remember this?
Yeah, that was great, actually. That fucking turned up the dance floor, and I was stunned. Like, I didn't expect it to be as awesome as it was.
There was a few Blink-182 songs, and I'm gonna have to go with That Was Him, right? That was him.
Yeah. I would say that was the groom's choice. That was a great wedding.
That was a great wedding, yeah. Yep.
Surprisingly fun, like, because it was a lot of like people we work with who are all like good people. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Strange.
Well, the surprise was you weren't with Aaron. I wasn't with Hannah. We were coming up alone, which I guess should have just signified fun. But it's not like we had like dance partners to dance with. So obviously everybody else was going to have fun without us. But we were coming up there kind of solo, and we went up there, and I knew we were going to have fun. I just didn't know we were going to have like the most fun ever. And we did.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
We were like
solo wedding trips. It was almost like wedding crashing. Yeah.
Yeah. We were like wined and dined too. We were like on the bus, and that was like that. That was where it was surprising. It was like we were on a bus and we were like boozing on the bus, because it was kind of far away.
Dude, I almost peed my pants on that bus.
Yeah, there was people peeing on the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very close. That was a dangerous evening at that point.
And then there was some debauchery too. There was some like shenanigans.
Yeah. Weddings are good for that, though. Like, but I hope your wedding turns into some shenanigans for some of your friends, because that's like the best part about the wedding is the fact that it turns into a shit show. Usually,
it was just different than the most of them, because that one was like a lot of people were like intertwined and they knew each other and they were going to see each other the next day. Some at work. Yeah, and there was just a lot of like. And we were all forced to stay in a small area together. Like we were all at the same hotel, and and it wasn't like people were going home and stuff. Like this was like that was one of the best for definitely for shenanigans that I've been to. Real shenanigans. Yeah, shenanigans that the next day you're like
Yeah, we had some good chuckles. That's for sure. That was a good night.
Yep. So I think we have it for me in September. Shout and Blink-182, and you are Shout, and you have no other songs, is my guess.
I didn't prepare a list of 3.
Okay,
I only had that, but I will give you this final riddle of the evening.
Okay,
what are the 3 rings of marriage?
Hearing. Is that one of them?
No.
Oh, this is so tough. All right. Well, in my head, it's got to be it's words that have ring in it.
That is true.
Yeah, and it's.
I'm going to give you 5 more seconds.
It's like it's got to be something that's like really hammers home the fact that getting married is supposed to be hard and tough and terrible. What is it? Go.
Time's up.
Yeah.
The 3 rings of marriage. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering.
Oh, that's good. That's the yeah. See, there it is. Okay, and if I had known it was 2 normal things, engagement, yeah. So then there's. But I
There's
should have
no
known that.
clues,
I should have
no
known
hints.
I should have known there was the 2 easy ones, and then just one that was the suffering. That's so good. Yep, that's good.
Well, on that note, congratulations to Chris and Hannah. I am very happy for you guys. This has been a long time coming. I'm sure Hannah's very excited. And I can't wait for all the festivities to ensue. Other than that, please send us questions, advice at myfriendshow.com. If you're watching on local television, we absolutely love you. Channel 18, thank you. Everybody else,
Twitter.
This land was made for you and me. They told Elijah McClain as he lay in the street, fear in his veins, blood on his teeth, nowhere to go but down. That's right, Elijah. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Set in a Texas draw from a leather seat. Protesters swarming outside in their funny pink hats, bawling their eyes out, yeah. Don't worry, ladies, this land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me, as a citadel, a sanctuary from all the evils of the world. And we can run it down just like that. God's hand on our back, and you tell me, baby, who this land was made